Hey everyone, this is PrinceBrightstar, and welcome back to Phantasy Star Online 2. Welcome to Patch Day! So, we have ourselves some new content available here in the game today. No new story, so I guess Sega's holding that off for the next 2 weeks here, at which point we'll probably then be looking to complete Episode 5 at that point. But what we have here today is a new urgent quest, which is going to be for the Dark Falls Omega Luther. And then Sega's also released some new content in the form of Endless Quests, so we're also going to be checking that out today. And then they've also made a couple of other changes in terms of how badges work. But what we have here first today is we do have the Omega Luther trigger. We have a party going here, so let's go ahead and kick that off here. Let me let Cribbit know that I'm ready here to get this going here. Cribbit offered to pop their trigger initially here, and there we go. Let's head on in. Let's grab a D-Brand Drink Premium 2 so we can get the extra boost on the abilities. And let me just make sure I've got all my stuff. Potential, yes. Okay, I've got these two, which helps with the drops. And I think I'm all set there, actually. Alright. So, down to Omega we go. And yeah, this little bit of water here is where Omega Luther has shown up. If you remember from the story, this is close to where Luther's lab was on Omega. So yeah, basically we're just waiting for Cribbit to kick this thing off. And then we will be fighting. Yeah, and one of the good things we're going to be seeing here today is the fact that triggers have become way more affordable on the server than they used to be. It used to be you needed to have either a bunch of Maceta or you needed to spend a bunch of Star Gems. Now you just need weapon badges for some of the older ones, and so I'm kind of wishing I had known that that was going to be implemented, because that is certainly something that was never implemented on the Japanese side. It doesn't appear that the solo triggers are in yet, though. So that's disappointing, but we have Omega Luther here. Let's kick this off.
Yes, go on. Flail. You defy a superior being in vain.
So as you can see, Luther does have some new attacks here, but it's not that bad. The other thing Luther has is also some new weaknesses. He's weak to light as well as dark photons. His wound has opened up. Let's go after that.
Utterly repulsive.
Oh, no knives came down.
By a superior being in vain. You piece of Ark's trash!
Ah, yes, classic Luther.
Really quite troublesome.
There he is.
What an obvious solution. What an obvious solution. I've no use for broken playthings.
So I did want to let the other players know that his weaknesses have changed there. Okay, wound has opened back up again.
Beyond my grasp. You're really quite troublesome. What an obvious solution. What an obvious solution.
Alright, we're after his other arm now.
There must be some garbage in the formula.
Clock has opened up. And his other wound is open now.
Really quite troublesome. Omniscience lies beyond.
All right, here come his sword attacks.
I am Luther the Fallen. I am one with the Akashic Records.
And he does a second round here.
Time to end.
All right,
this.
back onto his other arm again here.
You piece of Ark's trash. I've no use for broken playthings. You piece of Ark's trash.
I love what they did with his soundtrack here. If you go into the if you go into the different layers, they've actually got part of his theme here running off a I think it's a sine wave instrument in one of the layers on top of the lyrics as well for his slow version.
A variable beyond my grasp. Time to end this. There must be some garbage in the farm.
All right, clock is open.
Really quite troublesome. Akashic records are mine.
All right, here comes another of his new attacks.
I am one with the Akashic records.
Yep, he also introduces these new daggers here as well.
Akashic records, come to me. Time to end this. I've no use for broken playthings. Solution tells me there is struggle in my grasp.
Oh, my stuff's about to run out. Let me take care of that. There we go.
Time to end this. You piece of Ark's trash. I need calculations no longer.
Let's do what damage we can while he's doing this.
Piece of arch trash. Solution tells me that you struggle in vain. This cannot be.
And down goes Omega Luther.
Wrong.
Objective complete.
Alright, so it looks like it's dropping some Rising Weapon badges in this, as well as some other decent drops, including, I think I saw a new unit there. Oh, that's nice, a 6 slot. And looks like that's about it. Okay. I'll be honest, the drops for Luther himself, in terms of the weapons, aren't going to be that good for me. Just because the augment that he has is more situated, I think, towards tech users.
Welcome.
We did just get a new title for taking down that Luther for the first time.
Thank you very much.
There's also a secondary version of this Luther, which is a refight, which should only have 4 players in it. But that's going to be when that's going to come up just when the actual urgent quest comes up. Plus, I think there's also a trigger version as well.
This is
But that trigger was not distributed to anybody yet.
This is a great find.
Next,
There now.
yeah, next week there's also supposed to be the Dark Falls Apprentice, Omega Apprentice, or Presnia fight released as well. If we check out Zig here, he still does not have his Atlas X stuff, so we can't upgrade that yet. But I'm looking forward to when we actually are going to be able to do that. Nothing new on the Buster Metal exchange, nothing new on the Astrocyte exchange. Under the badge exchange, if we go under Rising Weapon badges, this is where you can actually go to pick up triggers that used to be distributed through the Fresh Find shop. And it's kind of interesting what Sega has done here. You can pick up a trigger now for 8 of a certain type of badge here. So, for the original Elder and Luther, you can pick those up for just a single for 8 of the original Rising Weapon badge 1s. Rising Weapon badge 2 gets you the Endless Op ending trigger, so that's for Apprentice in the mining base. Rising Weapon badge 3 gets you Profound Darkness, the Yamato, Mother, and Deus. Still nothing on the solo triggers here, though. But also keep in mind the Rising Weapon badge exchanges also still exist, so you're able to trade your way down to those if you wanted to be able to get back to those older triggers for any reason. Ultra hard mode, perhaps. And then nothing yet here in the Rising Weapon badge 4, but Sega says there's supposed to be something coming for that in the future. And now at this point, we're just setting up for Endless, so let me just note here to Crimid, let you kick that off. Yeah, we really don't know when the solo triggers are going to be coming out. I'm looking forward to when the expert queue is going to open up.
Well, if it isn't mon ami.
Largely because, at least in some of the content that is present for the game, there are AFKers in there, and that should help to keep some of those out. Because you basically need to be able to prove that you can do it. I don't expect that Sega has reverted anything here. Oh, let me pick up some client orders here.
Drop by anytime.
I'm telling them to start with the first Endless, and then we'll check out the Endless Rondo later.
It's nice to see you.
Okay, so for this one, we're going to grab ourselves a Shift to Drink Premium 2. Now, I'm currently using a build that's a little bit more glass cannon-y than my regular Hunter build. So we'll see how that goes in this here. Put all that away, as well as this. I want to make sure I've got space for everything here. Let me also cube up some of this stuff that we just got from the last quest. Once again, at this point, I'm only hanging on to weapons that have 7 slots or more on them. Other ones are not really worth it at this point. And then once we hit episode 6, then it's just going to be 8 slots at that point. If I don't do that, then item inventory management really becomes an issue at that point. Let's see, not enough to trade those in. I'll just throw the rest of this in the bank for now. Except for this and that, since those help out with drops. Alright, so it looks like we're doing the trio version. Oh, somebody started it without us. Yeah, there's no reason for us to try to run that if somebody kicked the timer off early. All right, here we go. Now, the way that this quest works is, it's dependent upon how many players you have. And, hey, Pen. Good to see you today. So yeah, it's dependent upon how many players you actually have in the party. So if you have 4 players, there's a scoring version for 4 players. If you have 3 players, there's a scoring version for 3 players, 2 players as well as a solo version. Each of those will let you work towards getting different titles. So basically, we need to rack up a high score within the time limit, and by successfully completing mission orders, we're going to extend our time. There are interval areas, and prizes are awarded at the end. That's pretty much all you really need to know for this. There's a lot of strategy involved with Endless Quests, but it's
Your attention, please.
but this is the first run that we're doing here on Global, so I'm not too concerned with how high we score. I'm more concerned with just seeing if we can get through a full loop
Best
here.
of luck.
Pen, no, I haven't heard anything like that at this point.
Is just the beginning.
We got the rock bear up here. And here come the Snow Banshee and Snow Banther. This stage is always the same, and then from here, once the teleporter appears, that's when things start to randomize. And it looks like we got a Dark Falls Elder fight here on our hands as the second stage. Yeah, it's definitely, actually, has it been giving us any XP? I think it does. The real reason you do this is for augments, because it has a bunch of new S-Class abilities, as well as, gives you access to what are called the lesser augments. Alright, so for this one, we need to take out his arms here before we actually destroy him.
I'll crush the full force of my power.
Alright, there goes one.
How about this?
There go two more.
Yes. Struggle more.
And there goes his last arm. He's going to grow more now.
Answer me, O depths. Give me the power to tear asunder the very universe.
Alright, on to the next phase.
Yes. Struggle more. How about this? Yes. Struggle more. I'll crush the full force of my power.
This attack we really can't do much with in terms of taking out arms.
My life. Survive this utter obliteration.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. Fresh Find Shop is not looking that good this week.
Time of my life.
Okay, there's another arm. And he's down. Moving on to the next mission. For this one, we need to defeat enemies from the back.
This isn't over.
Okay, catapult up. Once we're done with this run, we'll take a look at the new mission pass as well, just to see what's in there. I know that there is at least a new stone that we need to pick up from in there. Okay, catapult up. Alright, once the timer has run out, we no longer need to abide by what the stage order is. That's the other thing to keep in mind about this mission. Alright, we got Elder here. Let's pop a Photon Blast. Yeah, Pen, we'll definitely take a look at that, Actually, we've got the interval area coming up here, so that might be an opportunity for us here.
Take a short break. Hello.
Alright, so, these missions do have these interval areas, so you're able to restock on items if you need to do that or something like that.
So long.
Okay. Yeah, they're kicking off the thing, but let's see what we've actually got here. So this is one of the cast sets here. Oh, we're already going here. Okay, if I remember correctly, this is going to be one based on one of the based on the Wolpo time attack. And that's the thing with these endless quests. A lot of these are based on previous missions already in the game. Except we're going to find, I think, some Japanese exclusives in here as well. And I think that's how Sega's going to get around the whole issue of all the content, even if we never got the full version of things. Alright, from the front on this one. Let's help out the other side. They're looking good, so actually back to the middle. Alright, next mission.
Can you solve this puzzle?
Yeah, this is based on the time attack from Tokyo. Tried to bait him out, but didn't go. Okay, next stage.
Can you solve this puzzle?
All right, Fundage. For this one, we don't want to go down. Reload this. Alright, they're strong to that, so switch over. Unfortunately, it looks like we lost a player there. Yeah, he constantly changes his weakness here, so you gotta be ready to switch to other weapons. Alright, we're clear here. Get rid of that confusion.
Precious little time remains.
Merciless gale.
We're doing pretty well so far. But trying to reach the end, maybe out of reach for us here. We'll see.
See if you can dodge this. Be gone. Merciless gale. Rend them.
Just a little bit more. Keep it up.
Alright, and now this one is based on story mode, actually, episode 2. Although we have some extra enemies in here, like Regius. Alright, path is clear.
Little time remains.
And this is another mission where we just simply don't want to go down. Alright, path is open.
Emergency code due.
And it's the Apostles. Although I think it's only the fire one. Oh, and also Luther as well. I'll go ahead and pop my Photon Blast. Alright, Falls Angel is down. So that just leaves this phase now. And let's finish it off.
A remarkable performance.
And we've made it to the next interval zone.
Hey, hey!
Let's restock everything.
Thank you kindly.
All right, looks like a player wants a moment here. While they're doing their thing, let's take a look at the other one from the mission pass. That other cast set, that is. That's kind of interesting. I don't know how I feel about the jets on the back there, but it's an interesting look. What I will say though is the head is actually the head that Magical Robo Zect uses from the Pusoni comic, as well as animation. So players that want to get their Zect on can finally do that now as well. And then also, you do have the Circular Amphitite Stone, or the Founder's Amphitite as they're calling it here, which is used for the Lightstream weapon series. But it's interesting that the previous mission pass... Well, no, actually I take that back, because you didn't need the, you didn't need another Time Stone to upgrade it to Atlas X. You just need Executes at that point, I think. Alright, for this one, we're just taking out enemies.
Precious little time remains.
That guy keeps kicking, but he's not connecting. Alright, that's that stage order is done. We're not quite done with all the enemies yet, though.
Precious little time remains.
On to the next stage. Okay, yeah, this is based on, I want to say, a special series of challenge quests that came out back in either 2016 or 2017 that was part of a qualifier race. For a Japanese live meetup. I might be wrong on that, though. Okay, that one's done. Obviously, this is the ultimate Lillipa area.
Just a little bit more. Keep it up.
Alright, for this one, we can't go down. There's another Anga Fundage. Get some photon points back.
Precious little time remains.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, there are some hits in this game that, for whatever reason, do not actually trigger the automate ability for some reason. And those are like one of the few ways that you can bring me down right now.
bit more. Keep it up.
Emergency code due.
Yeah, I'll take care of controlling this guy back here.
You're almost out of time. Be careful.
Well, that's not good. I gotta refresh my stuff again here.
Challenge over.
Alright, we're out of
Looks like
time.
that's a new personal best.
Oh, that's a shame, right? Right after we had already finished. Oh well. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright, A rank on that one. Not bad. Let's head out to the lobby real quick. And let's take a look at some of these spoils here. So the reason you want to be running endless quests at this point is they now you now have access to what's called lesser abilities, and what these are is they start out at level 1. Sometimes I think you can sometimes come out with a higher level 1, but typically they're just level 1 to start with, and these can be built up to sort of augment additional power onto what you're using. So, for instance, let's say you've got an Atlas weapon that you're putting together, and you want to be able to just power that up on top of the S rank abilities that you're going to already have on there. So what you could do is you could put together, if you're focusing just on power, you're going to be looking at the Apprentice Soul, a certain kind of Reverie, and then you would have the regular attack plus the lesser attack, and that would give you a pretty sizable boost on that, on top of having all the S rank abilities that you want to have. Let's see what we actually did get with that. Yeah, so lesser stamina 1, lesser might 1. That was lesser precision, lesser might, lesser stamina, lesser spirit. Now the other thing is, once you get these up to a certain level, you'll be able to combine two of these together, two of the lesser stats, into a single stat augment. So there's one, for instance, that I'll be going for, which will be a combination of might and stamina, which basically becomes the EV might at that point. And it's basically a way of putting two augments together and getting the benefit from both of them. With it only taking up one slot on the weapon, or unit, as it were. So that's something to keep an eye out for now, whenever you're trading stuff in for X cubes. And then we also got some units with that as well. Alright, let me throw this in the bank, as well as that. Those as well. Now, one thing I didn't check out yet here is if there were any updated trades down here at the swap shop. Let me check that out real quick here. I don't think there would be. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Let me hand in my Hunter X cubes for this month. I've got some Tector and Bouncer waiting. Still need to get my hero leveled up to take care of those. And did anything sell here? It doesn't look like it.
Thanks for coming by.
Oh, and I'll hand this in as well while I'm over here. Yeah, these are the client orders for the ongoing Halloween event. But I've already run through all those at this point here.
See you around.
Let me pick up on the ARCS missions I have cleared. Weekly mission this week. Looks like it's complete daily orders. The typical one of making Meseta, and then one for defeating 100 enemies. So it's gonna be a difficult week if you got a bunch of alts to get Meseta. You'll be able to get a good chunk of it, but not all of it, like you could last week. Looking back at the mission pass again. There is this, what is this? This looks like a rod here. Some sort of a camo. That's not a bad set for female Cass. You can also get yourself the, chrome, set. That of course comes from the Chrome Dragon. You've got, what is this? I don't know about that one. It almost looks like, at least the hat there, kind of looks like it comes out of like a Miyazaki film or something like that. But I don't know about the rest of the outfit. And then, you got these blaster units, I guess you can put on a cast, although I don't know if I would go for those. This here is the Kuna stage, which, if I remember correctly, is a room item. Here's your typical Star Gem tickets. Still no update to the affix augments there. Honestly, that's sorely needed at this point. Canary Scrap is... kind of puts a... I can't tell if that's a Lillipin or... Yeah, I think that's a Lillipin that it tries to put on your in the backpack there. You've also got... what is this called? The PB Saber. That looks like it might work well as... for the Atoll class, actually, as a camo. Whenever that's going to release. Hairstyle. You can do a hair drill. And it's even spinning there. You've got a Scold weapon camo here for a launcher. Let's see. I don't know about that outfit for human males that, or rather for males that are non-cast. It seems kind of normal. This one looks kind of nice for non-cast females. And then, of course, once again, we were looking at this one earlier. This is the one that's used for Zek's outfit. And then... yeah, I think I like the other female cast one better. This one here.
Just who I wanted to see.
Alright, so I am curious how many titles we got from that. We got 2 of them. So, one for achieving 100,000 points. And then one for achieving 3 million points.
Thank you.
Now, if we go under quests again here, and we come down to the area where endless quests are located, where is that? Here we go. So the next tier would have us at 8 million, and then after 8 million, then you've got one for doing things in... what is this? Multi-class quartet. Yeah, so there are different ones depending upon which quests you run, as well as how many players you have in there with you. Yeah, so here it's talking about solo, duo, and trio. Now, you can technically go into any difficulty that you want to, as well, to achieve these.
Thank you very much.
All right. So we've done one of them so far. There's actually a second quest available for Endless as well, which is called Endless Rondo, which adds in some additional areas. It is even more difficult than the first one that we ran there. What do we have here? Let's grab that one. Let's also grab the Tainted Lilipin one as well.
Good day, mate.
Alright, let's accept the invite. Looks like we got another player, but we need to go over to B2 for that. So, let's head over there now.
Well, if it isn't mon ami.
Now, remember how I said the build I was using was a little bit glass cannon-y? So part of that was that I actually don't have my my partisan focus set up on that one. But if we come over here, I actually do have that set up.
Feel free to stop
So I really shouldn't be pulling that out.
Well, if it isn't Mon Ami.
During this mission here.
Welcome.
I should just stick to the wired lance unless something becomes resistant to both weapons.
Welcome.
Speaking of titles here, actually, currently I am at 758, so I am 42 away from being able to just pick up a Liberate key whenever that gets released for Episode 6.
Welcome.
Or at least that's what I'm expecting it's going to become available at 800 titles. I'm all set for a second Amphitrite Stone, which is the other thing that's in the mission pass.
Welcome.
Let's see here. I'm just trying to think. There's
I've been expecting
aside
you.
from that, there really wasn't too much else that was really introduced this week.
Drop by anytime.
I mean, having a new mission pass, of course, is always fun. You know what? I wonder if anybody's selling anything on the market yet for the new outfits and such. Alright, so nothing new there. Anything... I know there aren't any new cast parts, but I do like to check just to see if anything comes up cheaply on the market. Yeah, this is the first thing that we've seen that's got any star gems on it, and it's already at 388,000 there, so not really worth it.
Which quest are you up for?
Yeah, if we come under here, we already did the Edge of Recollection. Eternal Rondo is the other one that you can do, and that's got just the extremely hard
Come back anytime.
difficulty on that one.
Welcome. Which quest are you up for?
The other one, though, has versions going back to very hard.
Come back anytime.
Alright, so it looks like we got Duncan coming as well here in just a moment, and then we'll be able to kick this off. There we go. Shift to drink premium 2. And let's restock. Down we go. So obviously this one starts us off on Omega instead of in the Nefarious Forest.
Your attention, please. Best of luck.
Alrighty, here we go.
This is just the beginning.
So for this first stage, we just have to defeat enemies. There was one other target, but I couldn't see where it was.
Can you solve
Okay.
this puzzle?
This is based on the episode 1 to 4 special training. Except it's got some new enemies in it. Alright, we need to take care of enemies from the back here, it looks like. Alright, so now that the stage order has cleared out, we don't need to focus on that anymore. We can just go straight for however we want to kill them. What I will say is this is the tougher of the two. In terms of the endless quests. Alright, let's get the Photon Blast out here just so we can get a little bit more damage going. Yeah, this is sort of a time waster stage. Alright, for this one, we just don't want to take any damage. Alright, we teleported.
Precious little time remains.
Okay, next area. Alright, this looks like the last target here.
Precious little time remains.
Alright, what else is still up? Ah, Apprentice, okay. And one more room filled with enemies. Alright, they're on the ground.
You're almost out of time. Be careful. Please eradicate all enemies.
Oh dear! This is content unreleased yet! This is from the this is gonna be from the upcoming urgent quest in a week from now. Where are the targets? I can't even see them. Oh, they're over there. Way on the far side of the wall. I don't have anything to hit them with.
You're almost out of time. Be careful.
Okay, now we can push down. Alright, I'm gonna go Elder here since we're running out of time. Alright, so at least we reached 100,000 points on this.
Challenge over.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting too much to drop here. Since we didn't even get to a single interval area. Yeah, as soon as the Vibrus went down in the tower defense area,
What do you
that's basically what opened up the exit.
I got a good look at it.
But once again, we're still getting the lesser stuff on here, so that's nice in terms of that being able to be combined into other things.
Take care now. Welcome.
And we did get this title here. So 100,000 on any difficulty.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And this time we'll give it a try on the trio score. I'm going to ask him to pass me the lead so we can actually set up one where we're not going to have extra players coming in. Let's see. Let me password protect that. Alright, I think that'll get it there. Once again, you want to be able to limit how many players come into your party, just because there are different titles available for bringing a different number. Sorry, there are different titles for bringing different numbers of players in with you. And that can help you get to the next tier of titles if you're looking to do that.
Your attention, please. Best of luck. This is just the beginning.
Yeah, and so now if you look above where the quest timer is, you can actually see the score type is set to trio now, since we got 3 players in here. There will be another quest type coming up once Episode 6 releases, and maybe a little bit into Episode 6, actually, called Divide Quests, which are kind of similar, except you can kind of drop in, drop out as you go to having extra players. Alright, this is just defeat enemies. Okay, moving on to the second part of this here. We got the poison on the ground here. I'm getting knocked around quite a bit, so Hunter physique it is. Oh, the last target came over here. Alright, moving on. Okay, that was a decent extension. Once again, because I've got Automate, I'm not so concerned about taking too much damage. That plus I've got the Omega Elder Pain here, which heals me anytime I hit something.
Emergency code used.
Hey, he's actually in a good spot for us to hit his head. There we go.
Completed.
Okay, this is that one where you can't take damage again. Unfortunately, me being a hunter, that doesn't really play to how this class plays very well. It also doesn't help that in this game, sometimes it's hard to even tell what's an attack and what's just an explosion that's not going to hurt you at all.
little time remains.
I'm gonna pop my Photon Blast here.
Precious little time remains.
Alright, warp to the next area is available. Come on, get off your ring so I can hit your ring.
Please eradicate all enemies.
Alright, we're on to... This is from the episode 1 to 4. Special training again, although the enemies are a little bit different here. Okay, for this one, we actually need to defeat enemies from the front, which is actually going to really suck here. Especially when it comes to this guy. I think we got it, though.
My name is Mother. I am here. Precisely as calculated. Don't distract me. You should stop. You waste your time. Precisely as calculated.
I'll start with a smash.
Don't distract. You should stop. You waste your...
Simply breaking things is easy. I'll start with a smash.
All
Once again, for Aratron, we have to take out his hammer, and then his chest will open up for attack.
I will not be stopped. I will proceed.
Awaken! Great hammer of lightning!
There we go.
All attempt. How can my predictions go awry?
Let's bring out Elder since we're starting to run out of time anyway.
You're almost out of time. Be careful.
Are you even trying to hit me? The least.
This challenge has pushed you to your limits, hasn't it?
And yeah, no interval area yet here.
You're almost out of time. Be careful.
Let our epic battle commence.
Just a little bit more. Keep it up.
Weakling. Get a clue. Get a clue. Get a clue. Insignificant. No depths. Give me power. Weakling. Futile. 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 Futile.
Oh, that sucks.
Challenge over.
Get a clue.
Looks like that was a new personal best.
Insignificant. Get a clue. Get a clue.
At least I was able to get it back up before the before we had to break the crystal here. Yeah, that was actually introduced, if I remember correctly, after episode, like way at the end of episode 5. So I think players actually had their 15-star weapons by the time that came out. I might be wrong, though. Let's see here.
Welcome.
Alright, so that's another one. So yeah, as you can see, there's a bunch of things available here that you can get. There's even some special items that you can get. So, for instance, if you clear Eternal Rondo with 10 million points, you actually get a new accessory here, the Angel Wings A. And then for Never-Ending Battle, achieving 8 million points will give you Huno Wings, 2 of them, actually. So you can basically use them at any point at that point.
Thank you very much.
What do you require?
Leave it to me.
Let's go ahead and check these out.
Oh, this is a great find.
Yeah, once again, we're just, we are getting some lesser stuff here. And eventually you just, the way that you get those up is you just have to combine them over and over and over, in, augments. Nothing has sold there. What are the current top sellers here? Yeah, so the Rappy Suit Mini Orange is selling right now. Let's see. Actually, I'm not seeing too much from the new one here, if I'm being honest. Oh, wait, the Wayland Cannon is selling. No, that's not the one I saw earlier. Huh. Alright, well, we did achieve another thing with the Mission Pass here. Speaking of Mission Pass, I need to unlock that. So, let's go gold. Grab one of these tickets. Alright, so Mission Pass. Let's grab these badges. I'm gonna leave this alone since there's a chance that may show up in the overrun. And then I'll figure out what to do with it then.
Which quest would you like?
Alright, so I'm gonna drop party here at this point.
Which quest would you like?
And I'm gonna see if I can get up to 100,000 points in the solo version of this here.
I wish you the best of luck.
Since that does give you, once again, another title, I'm not expecting to go much further than that. But let's see how this goes. And sure, I'll feed you something.
Your attention, please. Best of luck.
But yeah, if I can get the title for 100,000 points, I'll be happy here.
This is just the beginning.
Oh, well, that was easy. And it looks like we're going up against Luther here.
Yes, go on. Flail.
Emergency. Code due.
Utterly repulsive! A variable beyond my grasp?
Unfortunately, I don't have a way to actually open up his clock there.
You're really quite troublesome. I've no use for broken playthings. What an obvious solution. What an obvious solution. The solution tells me that you struggle in vain. I need calculations no longer. What an obvious solution. What an obvious solution.
Okay, his other wound opened up.
A variable beyond my grasp? The Akashic records are mine! Omniscience lies beyond the void! Beyond decay! I am Luther the Fallen! I am one with the Akashic records! Time to end this.
Let's go skyward if we can.
I need calculations no longer.
Nope. He's doing this attack, so we can't. Let's try it again here.
What an obvious solution. A variable beyond
There we go.
my grasp? Time to end this. What an obvious solution.
Precious little time remains.
The solution tells me that you struggle in vain. I need calculations no longer.
And once again, they're doing this attack.
This cannot be.
And down they go.
Where did I go wrong?
And we'll warp out of here early.
Please eradicate all enemies.
Here I am! Nobody can pass me!
Alright, for this one, I just can't go down. There's one.
Precious little time remains.
See if you can dodge this! I'm right here!
Okay, there's the second one. There we go. And we got an Anga Fundage here. Of course.
Precious little time remains.
Okay, they are resisting now, so moving on to the next weapon. Yeah, Heavenly Drop just does a bunch of damage all in a single hit if you can get it to connect.
You're almost out of time. Be careful.
Okay, it's resisting that now. Alright, yeah, let's bring out Elder again, since I don't know how close I am at this point. Oh, it wasn't down. Okay. That was weird. Alright, so what is this? Big Varner, okay.
Emergency code due.
We've got incentive to destroy enemy sections, but... honestly, I'm just gonna go for the chest whenever it does open up.
You're almost out of time. Be careful.
That being if he ever wants to open it up. Yeah, RNG has kind of screwed me here. Now it opens up.
Challenge over. Looks like that was a new personal best.
Alright, so that should have at least given me one more title here. Yep. Trial Challenger. I get 100,000 on solo mode. And you definitely want to be doing this because it also offers you a bunch of star gems. Just by doing those challenges.
I've been expecting you.
Or rather, going for the titles. But the Eternal Rondo, that's a quest that even in Episode 6 players still struggle to complete. So this is not an unexpected result here for today. Let's see here. What else did we get? We got this one. Yeah, and all these lessers are just coming in as just level 1s, it looks like, so... yeah, really the deal is just going to be combining all of them up to the level that you need them at. Speaking of, let's take a quick look at that. Let's see here. We want to go here, and we're going to go affix augment. Let's just say, for instance... yeah, let's go with this one. And we'll grab this one as well. And that one. So to get these up to lesser 2, that would require a 70% chance, or of course you could use a 30% booster, get that up to 100% if you wanted to do that. Do I have any of those on me, actually? I don't, but let's go ahead and just say, for instance, we wanted to do that here.
Ooh, I'm gonna give it my best shot.
Here it is. And then we grab... that one. And... was that it? Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay, so we can go Might and... Precision... Alright, let's see how this does.
I did it! That's what I call a big success!
Alright, so we were able to get all of them together like that. So that now has lesser might, lesser stamina, and lesser spirit 2. And you can see how these can kind of stack up from there. HP is now at plus 85 just because of these two, the regular stamina and the lesser stamina. But then, if I wanted to take it up to a lesser 3, for instance, then I would need additional copies of lesser 2. And then to level 4, additional copies of lesser 3. And so on, until you can do the EV, which gives you, which basically gives you a combination. Power is like is going to be like might plus HP all in one fix.
Don't be a stranger, okay?
Alright, let me put all these away. Alright, give me one moment. Let me just check if there's anything I'm missing here that we need to talk about. Let's see. Because I don't think there was too much else that was going on here. Let's see. We had the new AC scratch, the new mission pass, fresh finds, rising weapon badges can be traded for quest triggers, which we already talked about. Omega Falls Luther and Endless Quests. They got some new campaigns going on. There's the refight for Luther, which is going to be coming in when there's an actual urgent quest. Let's see. Also in the patch notes, it looks like they said 12-star units are now tradable. Certain S-grade augments and capsule names have been fixed. Fixed an issue where certain players could not receive their Xbox Game Pass Ultimate monthly bonus. And they fixed an issue in which players could not make purchases in the Steam version in certain regions. So yeah, there's really isn't that much more content here that was actually released this week. This is kind of surprising. I thought they were actually going to release the rest of the story this week, just because even with Endless Quest, it's kind of in the same situation where Buster Quests were back on the Japanese version, where Episode 5 is just released, and that was like the only thing that you could do at the time. We know that next week, the Apprentice urgent quest is going to be coming up. But even in terms of, like, things for today, there's, like, nothing scheduled, until, like, looks like it's gonna be about 4 hours from now, when the first thing is even gonna happen, which appears to just be an Arcs League, for the, for Fall Spawn. So it's not like we could even fight, the refight of Luther anytime soon here. Once again, nothing new here. We're still waiting for Ultimate Boosters to come out. That'll happen in Episode 6. Nothing new here. It's a shame we still don't have the exchange to exchange X-Cubes for, level 17 discs yet.
Come on in.
And I don't think I saw anything new here for, battle stuff. I'm still hoping for the red shine and the blue shine to come out soon, but that may not be happening anytime soon at the same time. And honestly, by the time those come out, the Mask of Bane may actually be out, which is a back piece that an upcoming Ultimate Quest boss has. Once again, nothing new here. I still need to pick up my Invade Caliber if I'm ever going to put together the steer weapon. Yeah, really the only other thing that's new this week, like I said, is being able to trade badges for triggers. And keep in mind, right now the way that badges work is you can always go down a tier, and so if you wanted to, you could pick up an Elder trigger for a single weapon badge number 4. Because that would trade down to 8 of the Rising Weapon badge number 1s. So you could technically be constantly fighting bosses if you wanted to do that, but the drops really aren't worth it, and I'm not sure if the experience is worth it either.
Did you bring a bunch?
In terms of other things I've been working on, as I mentioned in the past, I'm all set to go on my Atlas at this point here. This is what I'm going to be using as the base for augments and things like that for the Atlas, and then once the Lightstream series comes out, then I'll switch over to that. I'm going to be giving up some of these slots to make room for S-rank abilities, of course, so that's probably going to be the Mastery, the Stamina, and the Omega Reverie. And then probably the Sense Arma as well. So by the end it'll have 105 melee power, but it'll also have 4 S-rank abilities on it. But yeah, that's pretty much where things stand here in PSO2. It's actually going to be a kind of a quiet set of weeks here. Over the next couple of weeks, and that actually lines up perfectly, because we've got something else coming up this week, which is really going to draw my attention away from PSO2, and that is the release of the re-release of the Phantasy Star Universe Clementine server, which is going to be happening, at least from what we were last told, this weekend. And I'm going to be going pretty hard on that. I will, of course, be streaming when that comes up, so we can all be along for the ride. And of course, if anybody wants to join me on that, I'll be more than happy to bring them into a party, especially because party sizes in that can go up to 6. So yeah, I basically just wanted to cover this week here, so that essentially those of you on the PSO2 side of things wouldn't think I'm neglecting you, but this weekend and into next week, since the only thing that I'm really expecting that's going to be coming new next week is the Apprentice urgent quest, there really isn't going to be much reason for me to cover PSO2 over the next couple of weeks here. So I wanted to just knock this out immediately, so I could basically free up as much time as I could for when Clementine comes out, so we can just hop over that and just go hard on that over the next 2 weeks here. Well, a week and a half, really. Because then at that point, I'm expecting PSO2 to get the final chapter of Episode 5 at that point here on the global version. There is some stuff going on the Japanese side as well. Let me just take a quick look here, what that actually is. Yeah, there is the ARC's Autumn Function web panel event happening right now. And that has... Let's see, what did they add? They've got this year's version of Trick or Treat. And then they've got... a pair of new extreme quests called Worlds Beyond. And then, of course, you got your new rotation of AC scratches. I'm actually kind of surprised. Kuna is doing her concerts again over there. She's singing "Our Fighting" and probably is going to have Eternal Encore as an encore to that. Oh wow, they're even doing the Arcs Dance Festival over there. They haven't seen that in years. I am really surprised to be seeing something like that over there on the Japanese side. But I guess since the story is done with there, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, and if I'm gonna be doing those extreme quests, I'm gonna want some practice on those first before I even think about streaming those. Plus, there's aside from that, there's very little other content to really talk about there. It's Trick or Treat 2020, which is gonna be adding in Lumimex plus the new extreme quest, and that's pretty much it. There's additional content coming later down the road that will make for a fuller show, as it will. Or rather, as it were, because with that, you're going to have also the new version of the Primordial Darkness fight as well, which I do want to be able to cover with you on stream as well. So that'll make for a fuller show if I kind of hold off on those for a little bit, and we cover them kind of when there's actually more content available here to talk about, because otherwise that we'd just be over there for like half an hour and that would pretty much be it. Really wouldn't be worth it to do that. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for me here today. Like I said, Phantasy Star Universe Clementine is releasing later this week. I will be live for when that launches, or at least hopefully when it launches. If they do it Friday when I'm still busy with work, then of course I'll have to pick that up once I'm available. But yeah, it's if I'm being honest here, the next 2 weeks here in PSO2 Global, if you're interested in Endless Quest and getting those affixes, then you're going to be busy. Otherwise, it's kind of an off couple of weeks for you here, because really then at that point you're only going to be focused on the Luther and Apprentice urgent quests. But hey, to each his own. However you play the game, that's up to you. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me here today. Let's see if there's anybody I can pass you all along to here, so you can continue on with your PSO2 fun here. Let's see, who is currently live? I am not seeing any familiar names on here. That's kind of interesting. Continue down the list, and yeah, I'm not seeing anybody that's really familiar here. Let's see. One is saying they're doing a short stream, so I don't want to pass you to somebody that's about to just get off. Alright, let me pass you over to, Louthaven. I think I recognize their name. And yeah, so that's a wrap for this stream here. And with all that said, let's go ahead and kick this thing off. Alright, and thank you for joining me today. This is PrinceBrightstar signing off. I'll catch you next time. Let's get this raid started here.